It's mailbag time here on Seahawks Today. You got questions, I got answers. We do this on our live shows that occur on Wednesdays and Fridays where you guys submit questions to us in real time. We react to them. We will answer all your questions coming up in just a matter of moments. You may be wondering, how can I take part of the next mailbag segment? Well, you got to subscribe and you got to turn on notifications. That way you're the first to know when we have new content here on the channel, like our live shows or breaking news, watch parties, and all that. Be a real one. Be part of the NOTI gang. Subscribe and turn on notifications. Stay up to date on your Seattle Seahawks, and we got you covered here on the channel. Let's start with this $5 super chat from Ian. Ian wants to know, why isn't DK better at 50-50 balls? How can he get better? Ian, great question. I don't necessarily know the answer of why he's not better at 50-50 balls. But what I would like to see more of, Ian, is DK used in the red zone effectively. You don't have Colby Parkinson anymore, who was your main go-to red zone tight end. And so with that said, somebody's got to fill in the gap, and it can't just be Noah Fant. I'm looking at DK as being a guy that should be used more in the red zone, take advantage of his size, his height, and his ability in that sense. If they can get more out of DK in the red zone, in those 50-50 opportunities, to me, that would go a long ways as far as that goes. But it's a very good question. I don't have necessarily an answer of how he can, of why that is the case. But that's what I'm focused on, is I want to see DK be more of a red zone target. The Smitty Committee, right again. Smitty's birthday, by the way. Spam HBD for Smitty. I've seen reports that Sam Howell is struggling. Is he on the hot seat, and could he get replaced by P.J. Walker? Hashtag Seahawks. Smitty Committee, very good question. So the reports out of training camp over the last week plus has been that Sam Howell has not looked very good at all. And I know what some of you are going to say, that, hey, he's never worked with these receivers before, never worked with these running backs, this O-line, the tight ends, and all that. And that is all very true. And a new coaching staff, might I add, with a new scheme and all that. But with that said, every indication is that P.J. Walker has been outplaying him so far throughout this point of training camp. I wouldn't say he's necessarily on the hot seat at this point in time. I know that he threw 21 interceptions last year, leading the league in INTs, but it's way too early, I think, to say that he's on the hot seat. It's going to be dependent to me on what version we see out of Sam Howell in the preseason. If he struggles and, he just plays like ass in the preseason and P.J. Walker clearly outplays him, then maybe the Seahawks have a decision to make there. We told you the report from Greg Bell of the Tacoma paper the other day, where Greg said that, hey, Sam Howell is actually closer to P.J. Walker than he is to Geno Smith. This isn't a quarterback competition at the top, but it might be at the QB2 spot. Sam is still the guy for now, but unless he just really struggles in the preseason and P.J. Walker clearly outplays him, I don't see them moving on. But we'll just have to wait and see how that goes. He's fine for now, but it certainly could change. Will Sam Howell be the Seahawks QB2 when it's all said and done? Let us know. Y for yes, N for no. Weigh in our comment section on our pinned comment today. Let us know what you think. Sad Sherman wants to know, what can we expect from Uchenna Nwosu this season? Uchenna Nwosu is fully healthy. He has come back to this Seahawks team with vengeance in 2024. He has been very, very good throughout training camp to this point. He had one day where Charles Cross kind of got the best of him, where Charles Cross was beating him in one-on-ones. But other than that, Uchenna's been really good. And for me, it's twofold when it comes to Uchenna Nwosu. Number one, he can get after the quarterback. We already know this. 9.5 sacks in 2022, led the team in sacks, 3 forced fumbles, 12 tackles for loss, 66 tackles, and all that. But the second fold of that for Uchenna Nwosu is the run defense. And that's something that we've talked about in this program a lot, of the Seahawks need to improve when it comes to stopping the run. And having Uchenna Nwosu back is going to help in that sense too. So you're getting not just a guy that can get after the quarterback, but somebody that's going to help what was your biggest weakness for this entire team in 2023. So That, to me, it's twofold with Uchenna Nwosu. I have high expectations, high hopes for him. I think he's going to have a fantastic season. We'll see what goes on there. Uchenna Nwosu will lead the Seahawks in sacks in 2024. What do you think of that statement? Type T for true, type F for false. Weigh in, let us know what you think. Do you agree that Uchenna's leading the team in sacks? Let us know. Today's show is sponsored by Game Time. Game Time is the best place to go for last-minute tickets for the best seats and the lowest prices guaranteed. Game Time is an authorized ticket marketplace of Major League Baseball, which makes getting tickets faster and easier. Prices on the Game Time app actually go down the closer it gets to first pitch. With killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and their lowest price guarantee, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets. Let's say you want to go to a Mariners game, maybe it's a Seahawks preseason game, all sorts of different events to choose from. They have the prices listed along with the events. You then choose your seat, see if you like the seat or not, get the visual from where your seat will be. And then you're checking out just like that. Apple Pay, Google Pay, Venmo, all major credit card providers. It is fast, easy, and simple, folks. And not only can you save 60% off, but if you download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code ChatSports, we're offering you $20 off your very first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Download Game Time today. Last-minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed. The link is in the comments and the description of today's video. Zarian writes in, how good has JSN looked in training camp? Is it looking like he can be our wide receiver 2 this year? JSN's had a fantastic offseason. The reports back at OTAs were that he was Geno Smith's favorite target. And so far, he's looked really good in training camp as well. I think, and I know not a lot of people like this, but I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. This is JSN's year to take that wide receiver 2 role. Zarian, I see it happening. I think Tyler Lockett takes a step back, a reduced role, if you will. And for the most part last year, in this Seahawks offense, you saw JSN in the slot and Tyler Lockett on the outside more so than not, right? This year, I think the roles get reversed. I think we're going to see more of Lockett in the slot, and we're going to see JSN more on the outside. And statistically speaking, we've showed you the advanced analytics on this. JSN was at his best last year when he was on the outside. So I think that's what we're going to see more of. He had only about 3 less catches than DK Metcalf did last year. DK had a much higher average, but you should see all those statistics go up with more of an increased role as an outside receiver. Devin writes in, how is Byron Murphy doing in training camp? Is the hype there and is he producing? Well, Devin, Byron Murphy got off to a bit of a slow start to training camp. He was on the struggle bus, if you will, to get things going. But then once they put the pads on, then he started to get more comfortable and to really show his own, if you will. And the point I made earlier in the week that I'll continue to reiterate is he's a rookie. It's okay to go through some growing pains. It's not going to be an overnight thing. He's still got to learn how to play at the NFL level and how this Seahawks defense works and all that. It's not going to be an overnight sensation. I think that he can have a year very similar to what Jalen Carter did with the Philadelphia Eagles last year. But these things take time. It's not going to be overnight. What I would say to the 12s that are watching this program today, be patient. Be patient. Not going to be an overnight thing. I think he's going to be very good, but he's going to need time, just like any other rookie. Last question from Seth. Seth wants to know, if Dotson and Baker have a good season, what are the odds we extend them, and how much would it cost? Seth, not so sure on price tag yet. We'll see how the market unfolds next offseason. But yes, the Seahawks have every reason to bring them back if they have very good years. It's twofold, right? It's not only just playing at a high level, but also staying healthy as well. Both guys coming back from injuries. Both of them have had good starts to training camp to this point, and you would never known that they were hurt based on the way they've performed so far in training camp to this point. So I have high expectations. I think that this year will not be the last you see of Dotson and Baker, that they'll both play well, they'll both get contract extensions and go from there. For continuing Seattle Seahawks coverage, subscribe now to Seahawks Today. Don't miss out. We're going to be live for the Seahawks preseason opener coming up next Saturday night against the Los Angeles Chargers. We'll see you then. Subscribe now, youtube.com/SeahawksTV.